Hey everyone, we want to invite you to our workshop at the Yoga Experience. We are Holistic Resistance. I'm Jennie Pearl.
I'm Aaron Johnson.
And we are co-facilitating a workshop called Mindful Social Justice, Staying Connected Amidst the Overwhelm. And I'm really looking forward to coming back to Flagstaff as a former Flagstaff resident. I currently live in the Bay Area. And we have been coming back, I have been coming back there every year to teach yoga and to facilitate workshops. And we are coming back in October for this Mindful Social Justice workshop. And we wanted to share a little bit more today about who we are and why we are showing up. So I'm Jennie, I'm a yoga teacher, an anti-racist facilitator, and a massage therapist. And I'm deeply committed to the intersection of all those worlds and how anti-racism, unlearning racism is healing work.
Huge. I think one of the things that's important to me as a facilitator and activist, and as I deepen my practice in yoga, is the relationship and the practice of yoga and how it can give and use those tools to help us open up our minds and hearts to reach for African heritage people and also dismantle racism in ourselves. Being that I'm new to this work as far as a practice, I'm really seeing how the early benefits of practicing yoga on a regular basis, but also the white controlled space yoga has become in America that has actually eliminated and perpetuated racism. I want to make sure that we're in an environment that we can slowly marinate in the healing practice of yoga, and also in real time, me kind of witness my experience as I kind of move into yoga and practice yoga with people that I may not familiar with social justice work. And so I'm really coming in as a witness, as well as a person to help us think, ask the questions that allow us to think about how we can make yoga a more inclusive practice and a part of social justice, and not a separate topic, but a part of integrated into our lives.
And with that, also, we're really interested in this workshop and bringing in folks like Aaron's talking about. He's in his own journey of beginning practice of yoga. And this weekend workshop is not solely for yoga practitioners. It's also for folks who maybe, if you're new to social justice or you're wanting to get started in this work, and there will be an element of support and an element of yoga to sustain us in this, what we believe is lifelong work and commitment. So with that, our approach is, like Aaron was talking about, very relationship based. And so we are very much interested in us connecting and staying from a heart-based place. And so I know a lot of folks can be intimidated to get into social justice work, and yet something heartbreaking can happen in our world and we feel compelled to do something. And a lot of times what I'm hearing is that people feel stuck or they don't know where to start. And so this is kind of a doorway into some of this work and how we can stay connected from a heart place and also build relationships with other folks that will help hold us accountable to stay in the work and to deepen in the work and to build community. With that, we also want to invite folks that are already in this work. We know in Flagstaff there are lots of you on the ground doing important work, and you may want to build more community, more network with folks who can help you to sustain the work you're already doing. Unfortunately, organizers, activists, you know this all too well, it's so easy to burn out. So another aspect of this workshop is how do we bring folks together to help make this more sustainable over the long term?
Yeah, and one of the closing thoughts I have is this is a place where we try and make a container everyone can be heard, and a place where I'm not here or Jennie's not here to beat you up and shame you into your space. We are here to start a conversation that hopefully lasts a lifetime. And so in order to do that, we really bring our heart and vulnerability. It doesn't mean that we don't talk about hard topics, we don't push ourselves, but there's a place that there's not abuse taking place, especially verbal abuse is what I'm talking about here, where I think it's important for us to notice, because I think that that's something that oftentimes makes people pause before they jump into this kind of work, because they're like, I don't want to get attacked. And I just want to be clear that we are here to help move material, to help us, I say material, help us move our racism, help us talk about it, about wherever level we are at. If you've never approached this topic, or you're a veteran and you've read every book under the sun and you've been to many, many workshops, this is for all levels. I want to make sure that's inclusive in our language and how we approach it. That being said, we don't tolerate individuals that come in hostile as well. If they come in aggressively and try to interrupt the entire space, we have techniques and tools to control that as well. But just want to be clear, this is an invitation. This is not a guilt and shame cornering of where you are. We want to invite you to meet us where you are and to enter with an open heart, because how we want to enter as well.
Thanks for mentioning that, Aaron. And with that, in the structure of the workshop, meeting you where you are is also part of the way that we're structuring it this go around. So there's lots of options for you to, if you can only come to one session, you can drop in for that session. If you're not so sure about this work, I'm offering a yoga class for those of you. I know we've been practicing together for years and you've been wondering, why isn't Jennie teaching a regular yoga class? I'll be offering that on Friday night as part of the workshop, but also as a drop-in option where you can come have a conversation with Aaron and I afterwards. So there's lots of ways to plug in, and we're just really hoping that we can connect with you, get to know you more, and figure out how we can continue this work for the long haul together in Flagstaff.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Look to see you there.
All right, much love.